Maybe someone can give me an audible feedback that you can see my screen and full
Looks good,
screen.
Devon.
Yep, it's coming
Excellent. Okay, so again, welcome. This is our second demo day, NVIDIA Alum Angels demo day. And the goal for this community is to bring together ex-NVIDIANs who have left NVIDIA at various times over the course of last several years, and reconnect into investing into great companies, advising some of these startups, and then really accelerating the next gen of startups, which we believe are going to be formed from this NVIDIA ecosystem. I'll give a little bit more details into what type of focus do we have. But in general, we believe that this community could be a force to reckon with, especially for alumni. There's a huge advantage of co-investing and benefiting from advisory opportunities, especially when they're coming from trusted sources. That's the key thing. There's a lot of interest in early stage startups, and when they come from a source that has a common ground, I think that creates a lot of traction in building them up. And then for startups themselves, these startups are ones that come from the NVIDIA ecosystem. So they're either founded by NVIDIA alumni, or there's some association with NVIDIA alumni, whether NVIDIA alumni have already invested or are advising these companies. But for startups, it's a way for them to gain early and smart capital, strategic capital, and then guidance from experienced NVIDIA alumni, folks who are in this community who are bringing deep expertise from several years of experience, not only from NVIDIA, but also other places that they might have worked at post-NVIDIA or prior to NVIDIA. So really the goal is to help all of us reconnect and stay connected with what's happening in each other's worlds, but also stay connected with the latest and greatest in tech. Second, the goal is to invest into exceptional teams, and we are really holding ourselves to a high bar in terms of supporting and featuring startups, especially on these demo days. And as you hear from the startups that are here today, that'll become very evident. Deliver impact to the startups that we support in terms of mentorship or in terms of advisory, and then of course support each other as alums, whether it comes with expertise, knowledge, or network. So really pretty straightforward in the way that we put the community together. We're associated with the broader NVIDIA alumni community as well. There was a recent social that was held in San Jose, and a lot of folks that are here today got to hear about this investment angel network through it too. So in terms of focus, it's really where we have a true advantage. So these are technologies and domains where collectively we have an ability to add value. And for any startup, getting startups off the ground is really hard. So for us to collectively help these startups get off the ground, and of course have a chance to make these startups successful that we are invested into. As far as the team profile goes, like I said earlier, they're either founded by NVIDIA alumni, or they have an association with an NVIDIA alumni through an existing investor or through an existing advisor. This may not be exclusively the case, but at least for today, the startups that are being presented have a very similar profile. In terms of a tech stack, primarily, as no surprise here, we believe that the new infrastructure is GPU accelerated, very data native, could be cloud, could be on-prem, especially after yesterday's AWS outage. There's probably a resurgence in thinking about how to protect against downsides of cloud deployments, and then of course Gen AI and agent ready. Categories, again, not surprising over here: AI infrastructure, robotics, Agentic AI, even pulling this, extending this further into media and science related categories. As far as stage goes, generally focused on early stage, but we do believe that we will have access, because of our network, this collective network, into growth stage deals as well. And that's where NVIDIA Angels as a group will be able to offer a lot of advantage and strategic value, not only at an early stage, but even at a growth stage for pretty large companies. I just want to do a couple of things in terms of housekeeping. So one, ways to participate. join the community if you haven't. So if you aren't connected on LinkedIn group, which we have already, please do. I'll share a link for that just in a second. You are attending this demo day, so you're already ahead in terms of participating. But there are other ways too. You can help us scout startups. Like I said, either they're NVIDIA alum founded or there's an association with an NVIDIA alum. And in this case, as you're scouting startups, if you are already advising or if you've invested as an angel investor, definitely showcase them or point them to us, and then I can do a follow-up with them. Eventually, the goal is to get to invest into these startups, and we welcome everybody to help us shape the investments that we do collectively, and also shape up the broader NVIDIA alum community. Like I said, there was a social that was hosted just a few weeks ago, and it was exciting to meet about 150 or so people who were there, and we believe that there are many more out there that weren't able to attend. So through other efforts, the alumni community can stay connected and keep growing bigger and stronger. With that, if there are no questions, let me do just one final bit of housekeeping, and we'll jump into the startups that are presenting today. So we're recording this session, and I'll share the materials that are presented today, recordings as well as any decks that are available, presentations that are available. If you have any questions or if you are interested in investing, depending upon whether some of these startups are raising funds at this point, please reach out to me and I'll coordinate the next steps in terms of getting the interested members together and then hosting a session to do a double click or a deep dive. There might be other asks that these presenters may have, and for the same, reach out to me. I can help you get in touch and make sure that you guys get connected. Last one, I'll just say that we have a pretty concentrated and strong network with NVIDIA. So help us spread the word. Every time someone hears about it, they ask me that, why did they not hear about it earlier? So help us get to them sooner. And as far as the LinkedIn community goes, I've created a short link. So bit.ly NV alum investing will get you to the NVIDIA to the LinkedIn group. And once you join, you can stay connected there as well. Cool. Let me jump into the three startups. So we are at 11:12. The three startups that we're featuring today are Protopia, Peridio, and Classie. Protopia founder Iman is with us today. So he was within the NVIDIA research team for a while, and Protopia is focused on privacy preserving enterprise AI inference. So we'll hear all about that from Iman in a couple of minutes. Bill is joining us from Peridio, and Peridio is a NVIDIA Jetson partner. Jeff, who's on the call right in this session, he's a investor into Peridio as well. Bill has a long history in terms of IoT, and Peridio is focused on building a edge IoT platform for edge IoT development platform. And then Punacha spent a long time at NVIDIA as well. He'll certainly talk about that, but he was an engineering leader in both in Bangalore and in Santa Clara. And after NVIDIA, he spent some time at Google as well as Samanova Systems, and most recently started Classie, which is focused on agentic security and observability. Very excited to hear about Classie as well. It's a very pertinent problem right now. So Punacha, welcome, and we'll love to dive into more details about Classie in a minute. So we'll start with Iman, and the format is 10 minutes of presentation, 5 minutes of Q&A. You can, unmute yourself and ask a question if you want to, or you can put it in chat and I can read it off as well. With that, let me stop my presentation and welcome